Hi guys, this is Mina from Coach My Life. I'm here to talk to you about the topic of the brain. So it's quite a full-on video today, so I really need your 100% attention for this one. So your body is controlled by your brain and not the other way around. So for results in all aspects of your life, your health, your well-being, your relationships, your career and your success, don't be surprised that if you are self-sabotaging your brain, and the body will follow suit. The reptilian brain needs your attention, and the conscious brain cannot do this all on its own. So what I mean when I say reptilian brain is the subconscious. So the subconscious really needs your attention. That's 95% of telling you, showing you, enabling you how to function. My tongue's twisting today. But the question is, are you actually speaking the language of the subconscious brain? Because the language to the subconscious is very unique and very different to the language that is spoken to the conscious brain. So the subconscious brain is more about emotions and feelings, and the language is more to do with visuals and visual imagery and things like that, whereas the conscious brain just speaks the language that you speak. So for example, if you've forgotten to lock your door in the night, your conscious brain will say, I think I forgot to lock the door. The subconscious brain will start to say, oh, I haven't locked the door, therefore somebody might break in, somebody might burgle my house, somebody might take something from me, somebody may harm me, my family. So it's fear-based, and then what it will do is it will rush you to go and make sure the door is locked. So it's all about imagery and feelings, really. That's what it's driving it to do, the action itself. So it's kind of speaking through this visualization, and whereas the conscious brain is very much about spoken language. So if we want anything to change, improve, develop in our lives, we have to rely on our brain. But the brain resists change. And even if we try to aim for that great thing out there, we'll come across things like stumbling blocks, which the brain is resisting. And the actual change that you want to do is actually just resisting it. We may say, I want to be loved, but we are scared to be loved, so we keep away from those that love us generally, and we will go towards those people who don't actually love us. And that's because we have a belief system that we're not lovable. So how do we learn that belief system in the first place, and ideas and thoughts that we have about ourselves? Well, through the environment, through media, through conditioning, from childhood experiences, and from the life that you're living, and that's how we learn it. And this becomes your blueprint, your identity. And if you want to understand who you are and what you are, your identity has been shaped by the environment that you're living in. So if you want to know where you are in your life right now, you just have to look at your environment, and that will represent who you are and what you are, and where you are. It's your kind of blueprint of identity. The blueprint identity won't change until the subconscious has a discovery, makes a discovery, and it makes a discovery of your authentic self, a self that you. So it's not like a new self. It's yourself, but it's a bit where you really want to be. So it's your authentic self. It's kind of almost like it's hidden a little, and you need to find it. So how do we change this? We discover what we love, and we love that. And what we do is we discover what we love, and we do what we love, and we love that what we do. So I'm just going to say that again. So how do we change? The central core message is we love what we do and do what we love. Okay, so it's really important that you have that. This is a core message to your brain. So if you don't do that, if you don't love what you do and do what you love, you're kind of not meeting your expectations as a human being. Now the brain has there's a three-step process to the brain. So you start with the lowest level, which is the thought. So we're in thought. I'm going to go through each one, each section. So we start with the lowest level, which is the thought. So that's your thought brain. Then we have the conscious brain, and then we have the mind brain, and they're all very different. Okay, so the thought, we always hear this, that you're not your thoughts, but one important thing is that you are the thinker of your thoughts though. So we have to take some responsibility for what we're thinking, and yes, we're not completely our thoughts, but we are the thinker of the thoughts. So it gives you a bit more empowerment and gives you a bit more responsibility about what you're thinking, and is it actually serving you, the things that you're thinking. And the other thing is that your thought will become your belief, and so just be careful of what your belief is, because then you will become that belief as well. So you make your belief, and your belief then makes you. A lot of us are stuck at the thought stage, so we're at this number 3 sort of level, where we're just stuck at this thought stage. And so, for example, I could say it would be lovely if I had more friends. It would be great, to earn some money and more money. It would be fabulous if I put or lost weight and things like that. It would be great if I could communicate better with my partner. So these are all the thought patterns that we're in. At this stage, the person is not able to tap into the subconscious and find out, like a discovery, wherever the belief came from, and how we got stuck there and how we will get out of there. So all these questions can't be answered at this thought process level. So obviously if we don't go any further than that, then we're really stuck. We're stuck with our old self, and it's a vicious cycle. I wish I could do this, but that won't happen. So we need to move further from there. What happens is that when we give so much energy to the thought, it grows and grows and grows, but it takes the energy from us to function properly, to do the things that we really want to do. So, and then we get something called mental fatigue. It's like physical fatigue. It's the brain fog. It's the brain clogging up because it's constantly thinking, overthinking. So we used to develop this kind of brain fatigue. And then what happens is the body follows, and then you get physical fatigue as well. Okay, so now we're going to talk a little bit about the conscious stage, so stage 2. Then some of us move on to this stage, the conscious stage, and I will say, yes, I'm going to take this action, I'm going to do A, B, and C, and then I will achieve my goal. But then we revert back to the thought. For example, if I wanted to communicate with somebody, he, she won't understand me, no one understands me, and then no one loves me. It goes back into the cycle, a vicious cycle of no one does this, no one does this. So then you're stuck again. So you have to take some sort of action here. The problem with only relying on the conscious stage to achieve your goals is that generally the motivation is external. So if I eat well, I will be healthy. If I go to the gym, I will be strong. And all the physical and mental energy is poured into achieving very little results. A lot more conscious thinking and effort is put at the stage of conscious thinking. So we are doing it, we are moving from thought, we are saying, I want to do this, but I think it's more the awareness stage rather than the mind stage. So why is the mind stage important now? That's the top level, that's the highest level to kind of achieve in your brain in that sense. When we're in the mind stage of thinking and processing, we achieve much more quickly, more efficiently, and more naturally. So the obstacles of self-sabotage, limited beliefs, for example, I won't get that, are removed. Okay, that's the key thing. You are at the highest function of yourself as nature intended, but not letting your environment or conditioning spoil what you can achieve. And that's the key thing really. When you're in that subconscious place, you don't let things around you influence you, really. And you have your own way of achieving something. But that only happens if we are subconsciously trained, okay? And you're aware, and yes, I use the term trained because like we train our body, the brain has a muscle as well. So we need to train the brain as well. So we must train this muscle that we've got. And now we're sort of thinking with the mind. So now we're training it a different way. When we tap into this part of the brain, We are now in the mind thinking processing stage, where these neurals pathways are lighting up in your brain, and they're fired up, and they will unlock why we were stuck in the thought, why the conscious brain is still making a struggle for what we want. And this is where you are mind thinker. You're a mind thinker. You've shifted from a mind thinker, or you've shifted into a mind thinker from a thought thinker. And all successful people are mind thinkers, not thought thinkers, because we would be stuck in that stage. So until you tap into your subconscious, you are not able to discover the new you, or the rather more authentic you. You are stuck between thought and conscious brains, and they're not really serving you. That's the reality as well. So if we know the process, the 3-step process that I've just highlighted, why do we not achieve what we want? That's really going to be a question that comes up. Okay, so because the brain is resisting change, so we know the process. The reason for this is because the brain resists change, and the new environments and goals, etc., are quite threatening to the brain, really. And the reason is that the brain likes to have predictability, and the reason for that is that the brain wants to keep safe. So the brain wants to resist change, so it resists change. And the reason for that is because it likes to have something predictable. So you like to know where you're going in your life. You don't want to have the unknown happening to you. And the reason for that is because we want to stay safe. So the brain has this, I suppose, very complex job of constantly keeping you safe, And that's one of the reasons that we don't shift from there. Okay, so for example, I will stay in a relationship that actually isn't love, but it's what makes me feel safe. I know what it is, so it's not unusual, it's nothing new, so I'm going to stay in that relationship. That's the ultimate goal of the brain, to keep you safe. This can be applied to other beliefs as well, and wants. So for example, I want to lose weight, but being larger is safer. I want to have money, but being poorer means I don't have to work as hard. I am lonely, but making friends is too hard. So the brain holds on to two conflicting ideas at the same time. And that's when it keeps us trapped, really trapped. And there seems to be no way out really from there. But these beliefs need to be processed in the subconscious mind, which, remember, is better at understanding emotion rather than logic and language. So regardless of how much logic you throw at it, you're never going to change, really. A change won't happen. Very small amount of change will happen at the logical level. And because we haven't processed the emotion, the under emotion that's happening underneath, which is far more powerful than logic, change can't happen naturally and swiftly. And there's a lot more hard work there. So the biggest question that you may be asking right now is, how do I tap into this subconscious mind and reverse the old habits and remove those blocks and patterns that are leading to daily self-sabotage? Why am I doing this action, behavior, repetitively, even if it's not serving me? Why am I doing it? Why am I continuously doing the same thing? I'm not achieving my goals. So one of the answers to that is the brainwave recursive therapy that I'm doing, and also certainly many good therapies will allow you to unlock you from the internal thought to external actions seamlessly. If you want to know how this is done, you can book in with me, and we can work together. If you want to know how this is done, definitely do that. However, some people may just feel that they're very comfortable where they are, and they and they don't need to have any changes, and that's fine too. That's absolutely fine. But don't let the negative chatter discourage you from taking the first step, which is the hardest step. However, if you're feeling like I need more help than this, and I want more to give, and I want to live more, have a more better experience of life. I want to achieve and change things a bit more, and want to achieve my goals quicker. So you might have been working on your goals for months, and some people even for years, and you're not quite making it there. Just give me a call, book in with me. So why do you need me? That's really what you're going to be asking yourselves. Why do you need me, or why do you need anything, or why do you need any help, or why do you need any support for this? It's because we all have what we call a blind spot. So we can't see beyond our peripheral vision here. So we've got a vision here. And for example, when you're driving, they say, look at your blind spot. We have to actually turn and see our blind spot. So we all have a blind spot, and we can't actually see what's in there. What fears do we hold there? What's lacking in us? What's stopping us from achieving our goals? What our potential is as well. It's not just negatives. What is our actual true potential? Is it far greater than what we have now? So those hidden things in the blind spot can't be seen just by ourselves. I mean, it's just not possible. We all have to seek that sort of help. And it's quite a natural thing to seek help and ask for support and find those blind spots and tap into your subconscious to find them. This is why we do the same habit, the same pattern, the same behavior, and have the same results and same feelings and same results if we keep doing the same thing without checking our blind spot. And obviously, which we can just say it's sabotage, and it doesn't serve us really. So if you found any of this useful, I hope you did. Hope it helps you as well. And that's kind of my purpose really here. Take good care of yourselves. Do book in if you feel that's something I can help you with. It might be something that you want to discuss. If you just want to comment on today's session, it would be fantastic. People can always benefit from anybody who comments. So do comment below. Let me know what you think about the topic of today. Are you self-sabotaging yourself, or are you achieving your goals because you're well tapped into your subconscious? So well done for that. Thank you very much for listening, and I will be back with another topic hopefully very, very soon. Take good care. Bye bye.